Hello and welcome to TBA. My name is Matt. This is Nicola. I am ecstatic because Manchester United won the Europa League this morning. It's certainly a win that is uniting Manchester. Let's get this show rolling.
So first off, we have news of the week.
Thanks, team. 22 people are left dead and more than 50 injured in Manchester on Monday night after a nail bomb exploded at the end of Ariana Grande's concert. Police have arrested a total of 7 people and raided a series of addresses as part of the ongoing investigation. Donald Trump and his delegates have met with Pope Francis at the Vatican on Wednesday. The pair put their obvious differences aside to discuss the issues surrounding climate change and offer a united message of peace. High-ranking prison guard Sharon Yarton is on trial for attempted murder of her prison guard husband, Dean Yarton. Local authorities received calls from Dean, who woke up in a car surrounded by fuel with the suspicion that his wife had tried to blow him up in the vehicle. The greatest canine event on the calendar was held on Sunday. The Million Paws Walk was held at Lake Illawarra to support the RSPCA's battle to stop animal cruelty. Back to you guys.
I've seen a lot of videos and speeches about the Manchester attacks that I feel like I can't say anything that hasn't been covered already. I see a lot of Manchester in my life through social media thanks to sport, and in the days since the tragedy I have seen how strong and tight-knitted that Manchester community is more than ever before, and at times like these it is warming to see the beautiful people instilled in our communities going out there and doing good deeds. So keep on doing that. My heart breaks for everyone involved in this situation.
My thoughts go out to honestly everybody who has been affected by this. Honestly, nobody should ever have to go through anything like this. It's absolutely appalling. But on the bright side, our reporter Alison has got some more insight into the Million Paws Walk that happened on Sunday.
Hi guys, we're here at the RSPCA Million Paws Walk. So what do you hope today for the RSPCA shelter?
I'm really hoping that it promotes the shelter and the fact that we have animals available for adoption and encourages people to donate. If you love your animals, come down and have a look. If you've got a pet or not, it's really good to see. They've got so many different stalls and different things in regards to animals. It's really a good day. All of the funds raised here at the Million Paws Walk comes directly to the shelter. So all of the stall fees, some of the people at the stalls have different raffles and raise money for us specifically here. We have some auctions on different vaccinations and desexings. All that fundraising comes directly to the shelter and helps us look after the animals at the shelter. I've been here a few years now. We bring some different dogs here every year for adoption. The majority of the dogs that we do bring are adopted from the day, which is fantastic. And it's good to see the dogs that come back year to year that have been adopted originally from the shelter. So it's good to see them grow up, I suppose. Yeah.
It's amazing. It always makes everyone so happy. It never gets old seeing animals get adopted. And we have staff there that take photos of the ones that get adopted, and they get put up on Facebook that this one's found their forever home. It's lovely. It makes us all really happy. It's been incredibly heartwarming and inspiring. I spend one shift a week walking the dogs, spending time with them, and to see these wonderful creatures and know what they've been through. And they're just always so loving and excited to see you and go for a little walk and have a little outing. And at the end of the day, you just feel like you've really made a difference to their lives. From time to time, you get people who have adopted and they'll send photos 6 or 12 months on and updates on how things are going. And the staff at RSPCA will send those updates out to the volunteers as well. And we love to follow it and see all these happy stories. It really makes it all worthwhile.
I think it's a fantastic event, which we're out here supporting charity. I've done a lot of work for the RSPCA over the time, and it's just good to come out on a nice sunny day and have a laugh at the dogs, particularly the ones in the dress-up, and to support charity and the RSPCA at the same time. We don't see a huge number of stray dogs coming to the practice. Occasionally we have repeat offenders that come back a few times, and we send them home back to their owners, whether they be on small farms or they have fences or gates that aren't quite high enough. But certainly the stray and homeless dog population in Wollongong is quite high, and over the years I've done a lot of work with the RSPCA in terms of treating them and finding them new homes and adopting them to new families. I'm always amazed by the fact that all the dogs get on. In all the years I've been coming to this event, I haven't seen any scraps or I bring my stethoscope, I bring my thermometer, I bring my gear just in case of the first aid equipment, but we never really see any of those sorts of problems. So the dogs that are here are really well behaved, and they enjoy the event too, I think.
We honestly do not deserve dogs at all. And so next up we now have a little video from the potato social that happened last night.
On the 24th of May, we attended the Potato Social run by the Wollongong Charter of the Youth Food Movement. I spoke to one of the organisers to find out a bit more about YFM and the event today.
My name is Tom Vanbrick, and I'm the co-leader for the Wollongong chapter of YFM. So the Potato Social, so first of all, YFM is an organisation which is aimed at Australia's youth, so 18 to 35-year-olds. And what we want to do is we want to raise awareness of issues surrounding food, so where food comes from, how we cook food, and how we can reduce waste in our homes. What our event aims to do is tell the story of the food system through the lens of the potato. So using the potato as kind of a way to explore the food system through something that we all love and eat probably every day. Because food makes up a really large part of our lives. Like, it's something that we do every single day. It brings people together, so there's this whole value around conviviality and generating conversation that happens around food. And then particularly at the moment, Australia actually wastes the most food per capita than any other developed country in the world. So for young people in particular, educating ourselves about where we get our food from, how we should use it, and then what we can do with it after we're done with it is a really important issue for us to sort of communicate to people.
I spoke to a couple of the attendees to find out why they're so interested in the potato.
I love potatoes, so I was like, why not? Yeah, and we were really interested in just food, learning about food waste and sustainability and
Healthy eating and things like that.
waste,
Yeah, exactly. And if there's any more potato socials, come, because I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, definitely.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, boil 'em, boil 'em, boil 'em, mash 'em, boil 'em, boil 'em, boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Event last night, yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, it was nice to have more awareness about food waste and the type of food that we are consuming. And they were rocking that indie theme pretty well.
Certainly looked it.
Yes. And so now we have a representative coming in from the youth food movement.
Zoe has now joined us in the studio on behalf of Youth Food Movement to talk about their organisation and the events that have been happening recently. So first things first, can you just tell us a bit about Youth Food Movement?
So the Youth Food Movement is a not-for-profit volunteer-led organisation based out of Sydney. We have 6 chapters mainly spread out along the East Coast, and Wollongong is the most recent chapter added to the YFM family. And yeah.
Exciting stuff for Wollongong. So does that cover just the city, or is there suburbs surrounding it?
No, we're based out of Wollongong, but we are aiming to connect with the majority of the Illawarra.
Okay, cool. So could you just give us a quick summary of last night's event, the Potato Social event?
So last night we all gathered at Sifters Wollongong, and we were all there to celebrate the potato. At the moment, all 6 chapters have hosted a potato social throughout the 6 different chapters in Wollongong. And what we chose to celebrate the potato because at the moment 9 out of 10 young people, and when I say young people I'm referring to 18 to 35-year-olds, we're not eating enough of our vegetables. But in terms of what we are good at or what we are eating when it comes to vegetables is we all potatoes are the number one consumed vegetable for us,
definitely.
and that's probably likely due to like it's affordable, it's like available also year round. It's really easy to cook and really delicious.
You do it so many ways.
Yeah, so we wanted to use the potato as a vehicle to engage young people in Wollongong with our food system. So we had 3 speakers. We had Fiona Weir-Walmsley from Buena Vista Farm down in Gerringong. We had Nath Gopal, who's a PhD candidate here at UOW to speak about food sustainability and food politics. And then we also had Burble France, who's from Hidden Harvest, another not-for-profit local organisation that aim to reduce food waste. And she came and she spoke to us about ways we can ensure that we use all of the potato and how we can prolong its shelf life. So, yeah.
So like it's sort of like 2 questions in one here. You said like each sort of sector has the potato social event.
Yes.
Where's that going next? And how many events do you guys do a year?
So there's a national structure in terms. So we all the different chapters we follow a national structure, and we are more, rather than doing lots of events, we would rather do a few, like 3 solid events that we put a lot of time and effort into to ensure that they're amazing. So we run about 3 events a year, but we also have a few different pop-up events every now and then, or we've also been invited to speak at other events hosted by clubs on campus or other organisations in the Illawarra, but specific YFM events, we have 3 per year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned before how you had a speaker that talked about food waste.
Yes.
And so would you be able to discuss a little bit about the issues of that and
Yes.
how that just creates such a detrimental impact to our world?
Yes. So obviously food waste is a huge environmental issue, and obviously when we waste our food and it goes into landfill, it creates methane gas, and so that contributes to CO2 levels.
Yeah.
I don't know all of the technical stuff about us, but it impacts our greenhouse gases. And young people in particular, we are wasting more food than ever. In our age group, we waste the most food out of everybody. And I think it's Burble last night mentioned that 20% of the food that we buy, we don't even end up eating, so we throw it out. And rather than maybe composting it or using the food that... It's kind of that very like neoliberal kind of perspective, like we eat what we want when we want it. We might go to the shops and we might buy a whole heap of food, but then when it comes to actually eating it, we're like, oh, I don't want to eat this anymore. Some majority of the time it goes to waste. Or we have a specific recipe, and instead of like, a recipe might call for a turnip, but we don't have a turnip. We have potatoes, but we think, oh no, this recipe says we needs to have a turnip, but we can actually use the foods that we have on hand to ensure that they don't go to waste. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to, any more than that?
Yeah, and I was just wondering, how can we what are other ways we can sort of reduce this food waste?
I guess when we go to the shops, buying less, buying what we actually need. We don't, buying less and making sure that we use it. Yeah. Hidden Harvest, they actually have like 10 tips. It's on my fridge. I wish I could remember them right now. But they suggest that we have a use first basket. And so you have a little basket in your fridge and a big sticker that says use me first, and making sure that you use those produce that are maybe like less, they're not looking very sexy anymore, but there's nothing wrong with it. You can still eat it and incorporate it into meals. Composting, I believe the Wollongong Council, they are providing people, you have to go in there and ask for it, but you providing people with compost bins and worm farms so that you can actually compost your leftover food. I believe that you can, it's not great, but you can buy biodegradable plastic bags where you put your compost in and then put it in your green bin so they break down when they're exposed to the elements. It's still using plastic, and it's not ideal, but it is an easier option.
Yeah. And it's still doing more.
It's still doing more, but just, I guess, it's a complex issue, and it is our responsibility to try and improve our own habits, but it's also a systems issue that I don't have a solution to, but yeah.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
And so how can we get involved or get in contact with you guys?
So I would encourage, if anyone's interested in becoming a part of the Wollongong chapter of YFM, or even if they just want to be kept up to date with the types of things we can do, or that we do, you can either go to Facebook and like the YFM Australia page, or you can follow us on Instagram at YFM Australia, or you can go to the youthfoodmovement.org.au, and there's a little tab that says volunteer, and you sign up and you put in like where you are, where you're based, and we will get an email being like new volunteer alert, and then we reach out and we say, hey, we're either planning this event or we've got this coming up, welcome, come and join us. So yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
No worries, thanks for having me.
It's all right, and I hope everyone takes in a bit of something from this.
Yeah, definitely.
Eat your potatoes.
Yeah.
That's it, eat your potatoes.
Okay, so now we have In the Mist.
I'm here down at the UOW speed dating event, and I'm ready to develop sexual relations with girls between the age of 18 and 35.
Hey guys, let's get this show on the screen.
Join me, Riley Jones, in looking for love in all of the one places. My quest for love is coming up a bit short, but maybe someone else is having a bit more luck.
I got a lot of life stories, you know, guys telling me everything about them.
How's it going tonight?
Oh, you know, it's going all right. You know, a couple of the ladies find me pretty attractive, but they just don't want to agree on it yet.
We're just here to just have fun, so
Are you having fun?
yeah, it's kind of like get to know like new people.
Well, there's a lot of dudes here and not a lot of women, so I haven't actually talked to any yet. I've got about 5 more rotations before I do, but I'm excited.
Pretty good. We had a few drinks and made some new friends, met lots of new people.
Yeah.
Heard a lot of stories about LSD. Pretty cool.
I found it really fun. It was a good laugh. Yeah, it's some interesting people.
So I didn't find love. And overall, I probably can't recommend this event as a result. But if you are more handsome, funny, rich, good looking, taller, well built than me, you might stand a chance. Oh, and well dressed, you might, if you're better dressed. So yeah, there might be another one of these on soon. I don't really know. Back to you.
Good to see Riley with some form there. We've had some conversations in the past about his relationship tactics, so good to see he's going for the big guns.
Well, those tactics will definitely not work on me.
The girls at Food for Thought are back this week cooking 3-ingredient cookie.
Hey guys, welcome to the 7th segment of Food for Thought.
This is a segment where we show you how to make cheap and very nutritious food.
So today we're going to show you how to make cookies, but only with 3 ingredients.
I know, it's so simple, right? So the ingredients that you will need are a few bananas, oats, and we have some dark chocolate chunks that we're going to put into our cookies.
So first what you do is you want to mash the bananas. So we're just using a fork to mash it. And then after you've mashed it, you can transfer it to a bowl. And then next we're gonna add some oats. And then just mix it with a spoon. And then we're gonna add our dark chocolate pieces. And bananas are really high in potassium and high in carbohydrates as well, so to keep you energized. Oats are high in dietary fiber, so they'll keep you fuller for longer, and dark chocolate is high in antioxidants.
So what you want to do is you want to grab like a little bowl of your cookie dough, and you want to place it on a piece of baking paper. And then once you place it on, you're just gonna give it a little squash. Alright, so this is the final product. As you can see, we have the banana, but it actually works as a little dough and it glues everything together. And it actually, with the oats, it makes it quite compact. See how nice little cookie? Yeah. Should we try it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. So that's the end of our segment for today.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed our segment today and enjoyed our recipe.
Absolutely. We'll catch you next time where we'll try and make more nutritious and even cheaper food for you guys.
I'll be whipping up a storm this weekend. I'm going to grab these 3 ingredients and I'll be in the
know.
kitchen, all weekend.
Well, that's a bit of a shock. That is it for this week's TBA. Like and share it up. Hashtag TBA. And next week is the last week of uni, so stay safe, kids, and good luck with the exams. Okay, see you next week.
See you next week.